and gentlemen, I'm Anna Abraham, your host for this evening, and I'm immensely delighted and honored to welcome you to the Harmony Foundation's Mother Teresa Memorial Awards 2021. We stand at a pivotal point in human history, one that will determine humanity's future on this planet. Billions of people throughout the world need global leaders who will act decisively and show the bold leadership required to avoid the ever-worsening impacts of climate change and degradation of the environment. Year after year, the Harmony Foundation looks to felicitate and empower world changers, and this year is no different. This is the 17th edition of the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice. The MTM Awards is an annual event that commemorates the legacy of Mother Teresa, and we are greatly honored to have each one of you here with us this evening to celebrate and acknowledge the diligent work of our environmental activists, youth leaders, organizations, and those doing their bit to save our planet. Let's take a closer look at our theme this year.
Our environment plays a monumental and an immensely significant role in our lives and the lives of the other species of our planet. It supports every life on Earth, and it's extremely vital for our survival. But time and again, humans have deteriorated and led to the destruction of the environment and its ecosystem. We are entrusted with the stewardship of the Earth to work and take care of it. However, we have massively ravaged our environment, and in the process have damaged it on an unprecedented scale. Environmental experts, scientists, and activists have time and again warned us of the negative consequences of our choices and the increasing pressure on our environment. Earlier this year, in November, the world leaders gathered at the United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26, 26th Conference of the Parties in Glasgow, Scotland, to discuss solutions to one of the largest global threats facing our world, climate change. Climate change sheds light on how the ecosystem has to bear the catastrophic consequences of human activities. It is an alarming environmental issue in the world today, which is impacting each and every one of us. Our children and the future generations are at risk. Their survival is at risk due to the dire consequences of environmental degradation by humans. Our kind, in its pursuit of comfort and pleasure, has disrupted the very harmony of the earth, resulting in very disrupting and upsetting consequences. Almost every part on earth is exposed to at least one major climate and environmental hazard. Flooding, droughts, heat waves, sea level rise have become regular occurrences. A harmless word that has turned quite frightening in transforming the earth's pristine landscape is development. The destruction of natural habitats, the commercial exploitation of lands, pollution, plastic waste, etc. are some of the main causes of worldwide biodiversity loss. The world's forests, along with its oceans, absorb enormous amounts of the carbon dioxide that circulates in the atmosphere. They are effectively the Earth's lungs, and protecting those lungs is crucial if the planet's biodiversity is to be protected to ensure environmental sustainability. The fact of the matter is the future of our planet Earth is in great jeopardy. Time is running out to pull ourselves back from the brink of human and planetary disaster. Despite the grim reality of what is happening to our environment, there are those remarkable organizations, individuals, and the youth who are addressing and mitigating the dire issues of our Mother Earth through their commendable work. This year, Harmony Foundation embarked on its 17th year of the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice, felicitating selfless individuals, youth, and organizations who are relentlessly working in the realm of environment and augmenting environmental sustainability. This year, we felicitate the saviors of our planet, those eco-warriors who are saving our present and the future of our children. The Harmony Foundation was founded in October 2005 by Dr. Abraham Mathai to establish communal harmony and social cohesion amongst communities irrespective of religious or cultural backgrounds. The prestigious Mother Teresa Award has been graciously received by Nobel laureates and government heads alike, and is the only award to be endorsed by Sister Prema, the Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity, Kolkata. In the current times of the massive degradation of our environment, Harmony Foundation salutes the eco-warriors, the real heroes and responsible global citizens of our planet who have taken myriad efforts to eradicate the issues of our environment and have laid down monumental foundations of saving our planet. In view of our awardees' remarkable endeavors in environmental sustainability, join us to salute and honor their industrious spirit of safeguarding and preserving our earth.
Moving ahead, it's now time to hear from the founder chairman of Harmony Foundation, Dr. Abraham Mathai.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and privilege on behalf of the Harmony Foundation to invite you all to the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards 2021, which is in its 17th year. Each year, the Harmony Foundation identifies a theme for the awards that highlights the need of the hour affecting humanity worldwide. The alarming threats to our environment and its rapid degradation is one of the most detrimental issues affecting the world at large today. And therefore, our primary aim this year has been to identify and salute those who have led monumental positive transformation in the world to safeguard our earth. Instituted in the year 2005, the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice has acknowledged the tireless efforts of individuals and enterprises across the world towards promoting peace, harmony, and social justice. While the Nobel Prize was instituted in remorse and apology to the devastating destruction caused by the invention of the dynamite and other high explosives, on the other hand, this award in the memory of Mother Teresa espouses her ethos of selflessness and virtues of compassion, immortalized even in her living sainthood. Hers is the legacy of the pursuit of a lifetime in social justice and the enduring face of peace in the face of deprivation and hate globally for generations to come. On behalf of the Harmony Foundation, I am greatly delighted to express my sincere congratulations to the recipients of this award, which has been instituted in the blessed memory of Mother Teresa. This year, we bring to you a galaxy of eminent individuals, youth, organizations, and head of state who have laid the immortal foundations of saving our planet from further degradation. The way we treat our environment has huge consequences for the future of our planet. It affects everything from human health to the well-being of the entire ecosystem. We can all do our part in conserving the environment and nature to protect the earth we live on. Failure to do so has resulted in disasters of such unprecedented magnitude. Today, every nation in this world strives hard for industrialization for a higher GDP. But such reckless industrialization, without considering the damage to the environment, has led to the destruction of the ecosystem. GDP needs to be balanced with GEP, that is gross environment product, to maintain some sanity of our planet. Every nation should strive in strengthening the GEP, gross environment product, along with the GDP. In the recent pandemic, when the economies and the GDPs of the world were collapsing, it was the environment that aided and nourished us with the means for survival. This only goes to prove GEP is equally important as GDP, and every nation in this world should strive for a balanced growth in order to protect the environment. Certainly, if we all make an effort to become environmentally conscious, we can make the planet a better and healthier place to live in. The condition of the environment plays a huge role in our overall health. Making a genuine effort to protect the environment on a daily basis will definitely make all the difference to our future. If we show our appreciation for the environment now, the next generation will certainly embrace an eco-friendly mindset too. We have been entrusted with the stewardship of the environment on this earth. Remember, the safeguarding of our planet is a collective duty of everyone. Therefore, we need to protect and sustain the planet because it protects, nourishes, and sustains us. This planet is our home, and we have only one home which is already on the brink of massive degradation. For our children, the future generations, and the entire ecosystem to thrive and prosper, we must put an end to the rapid degrading practices of our kind which impacts our planet. We need to be a part of the solution, like our diligent awardees this year who are leading a phenomenal transformation for the restoration of this planet. Ladies and gentlemen, join us today to applaud and acknowledge the selfless pursuits of our awardees this year. These individuals, youths and organizations have proved that through an iron will, sheer dedication and hope, one can conserve, preserve and save the planet Earth. The work of our awardees have made a huge and tangible difference in safeguarding the preservation of our environment and in repairing a broken world affected by environmental degradation. And my thanks to all of them, especially the Prime Minister of Denmark, for their commendable endeavors in augmenting environmental sustainability. I leave you all with a critical quote by former Bolivian President Evo Morales, which sheds light on the urgency of taking immediate actions to safeguard our planet. He said, "Sooner or later, we will have to recognize that the earth has rights to live without pollution. What mankind must know is that human beings cannot live without Mother Earth." I'm immensely delighted to now have our esteemed patrons, Baroness Caroline Cox, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, and Mr. Tushar Gandhi, shed light and share their valuable perspectives on this year's theme on environmental sustainability.
Well, it is a great privilege to be a patron of Harmony Foundation, and I'm very pleased that the theme for Harmony Foundation at the present time is environmental sustainability. I'm especially pleased because climate change is having a devastating impact on the environment and on human society. And my small not-for-profit organization, Humanitarian Aid Relief Trust, or HEART, works with partners in some of the most challenging contexts in the planet, and all of them are experiencing the economic, environmental, social, and political consequences of climate change. One example which is suffering in this way is Blue Nile State in Sudan. It has constantly been bombed by the regime in Khartoum until relatively recently, and also it is inevitably affected by floods, because that is a feature of the environment in that part of Africa. The combination of conflict, of aerial bombardment, and of flooding is devastating and clearly causes an enormous amount of suffering. So the links between climate change, its consequence, and political instability and violence are indisputable and need to be addressed as a matter of urgency. Thank you.
The theme of Harmony Foundation's Mother Teresa Award for Social Justice this year deals with environmental sustainability. So let me make the point that I wish to make through a brilliant poem written by Wendell Berry. The poem. It is hard to have hope. It is harder as you grow old. For hope must not depend on feeling good. And there's the dream of loneliness at absolute midnight. You also have withdrawn belief in the present reality of the future, which surely will surprise us. And hope is harder when it cannot come by prediction, any more than by vision. But stop dithering. The young ask the old to hope. What will you tell them? Tell them at least what you say to yourself. Because we have not made our lives to fit our places. The forests are ruined, the fields eroded, the streams polluted, the mountains overturned. Hope then to belong to your place by your own knowledge of what it is that no other place is. By your caring for it as you care for no other place. This knowledge cannot be taken away from you by power or by wealth. It will stop your ears to the powerful when they ask for your faith, and to the wealthy when they ask for your land and your work. Be still and listen to the voices that belong to the stream banks and the trees and the open fields. Find your hope then on the ground under your feet. The hope of heaven, let it rest on the ground underfoot. The world is no better than its places. Its places at least are no better than their people, while the people continue in them. When the people make dark the light within them, the world darkens. The countdown has begun way back in time. We can still save the world. Don't be irresponsible. Plant a tree. Do whatever you can to preserve this planet, because this planet does not belong to you. You're merely a traveler traveling to this beautiful, gorgeous planet. Leave it for the generations which will come after you.
Our earth and environment today are under great threat and duress, and this is not because of circumstances beyond our capabilities. This is a result of our selfishness and neglect of our own interests. And we stare at the damage that we have created on this earth and its environment. This earth and environment is a trust entrusted to us for our future generations. And we must learn to behave as its trustees. As my great-grandfather Mahatma Gandhi said, the environment and its protection is our duty and responsibility for our future. And we must wake up to this before it is too late. It is great that this time the Harmony Foundation, of which I am a part of and honored to be one, is making environment protection, sustainability and justice its theme for the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards. We must do everything that we can to bring to notice the importance of this issue. It is time that all of us wake up and take responsibility for protecting our future before it's too late. So let's slow down the haste with which we are racing to our own destruction. Let's take responsibility for our future, for Mother Earth, and for our environment.
The Harmony Foundation is proud to have the exclusive patronage and support of Missionaries of Charity, the organization that was started by late Mother Teresa. Before we move ahead, let's hear from Sister Prema, the Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity.
I congratulate the Harmony Foundation for taking the initiative year after year to recognize people and organizations for their commitment to eradicate the social evils of society. I also congratulate all the recipients of the reward this year for their wonderful work to promote goodness and truth through environmental sustainability in the world. So I keep you in my prayer. I entrust you to the mercy of God and to the prayers of our dearest Mother Teresa.
Thank you, Sister Prema. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move ahead to what you all have been waiting for. Plastic pollution is one of the most grave and alarming global issues worldwide. It is with this mission and vision to eradicate and lead a remarkable social movement against plastic pollution, the Plastic Pollution Coalition was formed. With a significant global alliance in over 75 countries among businesses, organizations, and thought leaders, PPC is diligently working towards a more egalitarian world free of plastic pollution. Accepting this award on behalf of the organization is co-founder and CEO Ms. Diana Cohen. But before that, let's take a closer look at the work of Plastic Pollution Coalition.
Plastic Pollution Coalition. Plastic Pollution Coalition is a growing global alliance of more than 1,200 organizations, businesses, and thought leaders in 75 countries working towards a world free of plastic pollution and its toxic impact on humans, animals, waterways, the ocean, and the environment. As a result of their campaigns, more than 1,800 groups have endorsed the Break Free from Plastic Pollution Act, the most important set of policy solutions needed to tackle the plastic pollution crisis. Plastic Pollution Coalition envisions a world free of plastic pollution in which individuals embody zero waste values and reduce the use of single-use plastic. NGOs work together to drive demand for systematic solutions. Governments and businesses enforce regulations, legislation, and practices of a circular economy, such as a system of packaging of goods intentionally designed to be reusable, durable, or useful throughout their existence. Plastic Pollution Coalition deserve to be commended for motivating the world to take action and address environmental issues, particularly in reducing plastic pollution, and for leading projects like The Last Plastic Straw, amidst others, for a world free of plastic pollution and its toxic impacts. The Plastic Pollution Coalition is indeed an inspiration for this generation. Mighty applause for Plastic Pollution Coalition for undertaking such a demanding and uphill task to protect the environment.
Thank you to the Harmony Foundation for the Mother Teresa Memorial Award and this great honor. Plastic Pollution Coalition was founded in 2009 and has grown into a global alliance of more than 1,200 organizations, businesses, and thought leaders in 75 countries working towards a more just, equitable world free of plastic pollution and its toxic impact on human health, animal health, the ocean, waterways, and the environment. As a global alliance, we're proud to work with our coalition members on the ground in India, including 22 NGO member groups and 18 business member groups. Thank you very much again for this award. We're very honored to receive it and to be acknowledged for our work, and we look forward to continuing to work towards a world free of plastic pollution together with you all and towards a healthy, sustainable, regenerative planet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Cohen. A second award this evening goes to one of the world's most prominent voices in advocating environmental restoration. WeForest, in partnership with international and local organizations, works on a dual mission, not only to restore native forest land by reforestation, but also works to empower local communities by providing new livelihood opportunities. Let's take a look.
WeForest. WeForest, founded in 2009, is an international NGO specializing in forest landscape restoration to promote reforestation in the tropics as a way to combat global warming. Established in Belgium and France, WeForest envisages a world where communities and nations sustainably manage their forest and natural resources, both for the benefit of our climate, our environment, and humanity. Spread over 3 continents and 12 countries, sharing the same commitment for a better world. The vision of WeForest is a world where communities and nature sustainably thrive together to stop global warming in our lifetime. In partnership with international and local organizations, WeForest's projects restore native forest land while tackling the drivers of deforestation and degradation by providing new livelihood opportunities. WeForest's landscape restoration projects in tropical countries directly deliver on 8 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which have transformed entire regions. The ultimate goal of WeForest is to make a significant contribution to the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. Kudos to this noble and benevolent organization that is spearheading efforts to combat global warming through reforestation.
The Forest is deeply honored to receive the 2021 Mother Teresa Award, which celebrates social justice and acknowledges her commitment to addressing global warming. We thank the Harmony Foundation for this amazing recognition. We would also like to acknowledge all the other organizations around the world who, like We Forest, fight every single day to protect and restore our forests and continue to keep faith in our ability to make Earth cooler for our children and grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kaiser. Our next recipient of the award this evening is Missio Munich. This German-based organization has a remarkable vision and mission to change the lives of marginalized communities in the world. We salute Missio for its significant efforts and as the world's most prominent organization in leading exceptional endeavors in the environment through their Preservation Creation project. Receiving the award on behalf of the organization is Mr. Monsieur Huber, President of Missio Munich. But before that, let's take a closer look at the noble work of this organization.
Missio Munich. Missio Munich is a German-based Catholic global player that helps poor and disadvantaged communities in Africa, Asia, and Oceania through their global network. Missio Munich is committed to preserving the diversity of life and treading sustainable paths. Encouraged and inspired by Pope Francis's environmental cyclical Laudato Si', the Missio Munich commitment to an intact environment is always also a commitment to the poor. In northeast India, where large parts of the landscape are threatened by coal mining and slash and burn, the Franciscans, with the help of the support of Missio Munich, have trained the local people in sustainable agriculture and have set up a rubber plantation in Orlong Hada to reforest the area. In the Central African nation of Burundi, Missio Munich has initiated environmentally friendly and sustainable energy for cooking. As is customary in most parts of the country, the majority of the population use firewood and charcoal to prepare meals. The resulting soot and smoke damage both the health of the people and the climate. Fertile earth means life. It is the poor who have to live with the consequences of climate change. Missio Munich has initiated the process of change by installing a biogas plant at the archdiocese of the country. In a very needy country like Burundi, this project has the capacity of a pilot character to sensitize the younger generation to the conscious use of natural resources. Access to safe drinking water for school children in the East African nation of Tanzania is also another success story for Missio Munich. Missio Munich deserves to be highly commended in their efforts to work and take care of the earth, which mankind was entrusted with by the Almighty God, the Creator of heaven and earth.
For the nomination and awarding of the Mother Teresa Memorial Award, I would like to thank you in the name of Missio Munich. I do this in the name of the staff and all the donors who support our work. Missio Munich, we had been founded 180 years ago. And in this time, we like to help people that they can have a good life now and also in the future. And therefore, we try to do this in different projects, in education, in ecological projects, in aid projects, and all the different areas which help the people to get a good life. I couldn't mention all those projects in Asia, Africa and Oceania, but I think one thing is important for us, that people can have a good life now and in the future, like Pope Francis told us in his encyclical Laudato Si'. And therefore, your prize is for us an honor, because our efforts, which we do in the world for the people, is a thing which we can see that there is something going on. And therefore, I would like to thank you once more again, and I hope that God bless you also for your future.
Thank you, Mr. Huber, for your wonderful words. The next recipient of the evening is Pani Foundation. Founded by the core team of the hit show Satyameva Jayate, their aim is to create a drought-free, prosperous rural Maharashtra. Let's take a closer look.
Pani Foundation. For decades, drought has ravaged thousands of villages in Maharashtra, leading to thirst, hunger, debt, forced migration, and withered crops. After traveling through hundreds of villages and speaking with veterans in the field, we discovered that this crisis is largely man-made. It is a result of mismanagement of water and natural resources, aggravated by the uncertainties caused by climate change. Pani Foundation was set up in 2016 by the core team of the Satyameva Jayate TV show. At Pani Foundation, their work is geared towards creating a people's movement to tackle drought. They mobilize, train, and motivate villages to lead this fight. From 2016 to 2019, they hosted the Satyameva Jayate Water Cup, a competition in which thousands of villages participated to do the best work in water and soil conservation. Bolstered by its success, they launched the Satyameva Jayate Samruddha Gaon Spardha in 2020, a large competition aimed at transforming rural ecology and the rural economy. We applaud Pani Foundation's remarkable endeavors in addressing serious environmental issues of rural Maharashtra.
Hi, my name is Avinash and I am from Pani Foundation. Today is a great day for Pani Foundation, that Harmony Foundation gives the awards by hands of Honorary Governor Sir, and definitely it encourages a lot for us. I dedicate these awards to all the workers, those are working really good in the villages, and the team of Pani Foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. The fifth recipient of the award this evening is the inspirational Miss Tulsi Gowda. An Indian environmentalist from the Honali village in the state of Karnataka, this Padma Shri recipient is saluted for her exceptional endeavors in the conservation of the environment, having planted more than 30,000 saplings and looked after the nurseries of the Forest Department in Karnataka. Let's take a closer look.
Tulsi Gowda. President Ramnath Kovind presented the Padma Shri Awards to some of India's most eminent personalities in a ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Among them was the notable 72-year-old environmentalist, Tulsi Gowda, whose story as an environmentalist has proven to be an inspiration to many. Born in 1944 into the Halaki tribal family within the Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka state, Tulsi Gowda has achieved a remarkable feat of planting more than 30,000 saplings. Though having no formal education, she has proven that education is not limited to schools and colleges by making substantial contributions towards environmental preservation, earning her the nickname Encyclopedia of Forest. Retiring at the age of 70, Tulsi Gowda has directly aided the afforestation efforts of the Karnataka Forest Department by using her traditional knowledge of the land that she gained through first-hand experience. After retirement from the Karnataka Forestry Department, Tulsi has continued to dedicate the rest of her life to teaching the children of her village about the importance of forest conservation. On receiving the award from the President of India, Tulsi reaffirmed that while she was glad to receive the Padma Shri, she values the forests and trees more. The unforgettable achievement of this 70-year-old environmentalist will continue to be an example and inspiration for the present and the next generation in these times of global warming. She deserves thundering applause for her selfless service in combating global warming.
नमस्कार, मैं लंबोदर गौड़ा हूँ। पहले से हम ग्रैंड माँ कहते हैं, हार्मोनी फाउंडेशन को धन्यवाद कहते हैं। हमारा ये प्रशस्ति मिलने से हमको और उत्सुक हो गया है और काम करने के लिए हम हमारा परिवार को, गांव लोगों को, सबको बताते हैं। ये प्रशस्ति से हम उत्सुक होके आपको धन्यवाद कहते हैं।
Thank you, Tulsi ji. The next recipient for this evening is Padma Shri recipient Miss Jamuna Tudu, a strong-willed personality whose perseverance is aided in restoring and conserving the forests of Jharkhand. Her sheer dedication to protecting the environment is admired by the nation. Let's take a closer look.
Jamuna Tudu, known as Lady Tarzan for taking on the timber mafias and Naxals in Jharkhand, Jamuna Tudu is an environmental activist who has prevented the illegal felling of trees near her village in Jharkhand. Her crusade against a local timber smuggling mafia began almost 20 years ago when she moved to Mathurgham village as a newlywed. Hailing from Mathurgham Chakulia village east of Singhbhum district in Jharkhand, she noticed that many trees were being illegally cut in the nearby forests by a forest mafia to the detriment of the ecosystem. Even more disturbing for Tudu was that none from her community were doing anything against it. So, she decided to single-handedly take up the task by herself. Armed with sticks, Jamuna went after the timber mafia, and within a few years, women from the neighborhood also joined in to fight the mafia and to protect the 50-hectare forest around the village. With over 60 active women members, the Forest Safety Committee she founded patrolled the jungle throughout to prevent illegal felling by the mafia. Despite facing death threats from the timber mafia, Jamuna Tudu has remained undeterred and has not stopped in her efforts to protect the forests from getting destroyed. Over the last 20 years, Jamuna Tudu, along with her band of women activists, has conserved over 50 hectares of forest land across 300 villages in Jharkhand, taking on encroachers with little more than bows and arrows and indomitable courage. The Jharkhand Armed Police have now joined her in protecting the forests. Considering her initiatives, the Forest Department has adopted the Mathurgham village, where it now provides water supply and school facilities. Taking inspiration from Tudu, the village women have become passionate about tree planting, and 18 trees are planted for the birth of a girl child, and 10 trees when a girl gets married in the village. Jamuna Tudu is truly a trailblazer and pace setter who deserves to be recognized by global forums and platforms like the recently concluded COP26 at Glasgow, Scotland, for standing up for worthy environmental concerns.
मैं पद्मश्री प्राप्त जमुना टुडू पूर्वी सिंहभूम जिला चकुलिया प्रखंड और गांव मोटुखाम से हूं और आज मुझे पूर्वी सिंहभूम जिला के जिला प्रशासन ने जैसे डीडीसी साहब और हार्मोनी फाउंडेशन की ओर से मुझे सम्मानित किया गया और मैं डीडीसी साहब और हार्मोनी फाउंडेशन को मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगी क्योंकि आज मुझे एलंग सम्मानित किया और मैं पर्यावरण के क्षेत्र में काम करती हूँ। 1998 से लेके आज तक मैंने जंगल बचाओ अभियान का काम करती हूँ और आगे भी मैं काम करते रहूँगी और जंगल बचाने के लिए मुझे बहुत सारा कठिनाई का सामना किए हैं क्योंकि जंगल बचाना आसान काम नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा काम है और बहुत मेहनत का काम है। जंगल गांव में आप जाइएगा, जंगल में आप जाइएगा तो और लोग बोलते हैं जंगल किसी बाप का नहीं है। जंगल अगर आप जाइएगा तो जंगल में किसी लकड़ी माफिया को आप देखिएगा तो उसको मना कीजिएगा तो उनसे मतलब लड़ाई हो जाता है। और वो कहता है क्या जंगल आपका बाप का है? तो मैंने कहा नहीं, जंगल मेरा बाप का नहीं है, पर आपका बाप का भी नहीं है। इसीलिए जंगल हम सभी का है और हमारा सभी का ही दायित्व है भाई, जंगल हम सभी को मिल के बचाएंगे। अगर जंगल नहीं बचाएंगे तो एक दिन हम लोगों का साथ में बहुत बड़ा हादसा होगा और बहुत बड़ा अन्याय होगा, क्योंकि हम लोगों का जिम्मेदार है जंगल को बचाने के लिए। और मेरे अकेले का जिम्मेदार नहीं है, हम सभी का जिम्मेदार है जंगल को बचाने का। और मेरा साथ में जैसे कि बहुत सारा ऐसे घटना घटा है, जंगल बचाने के लिए मुझे घर में डकैती करा दिया। मेरा जो कोकपड़ा स्टेशन है वहाँ से बहुत सारा लकड़ी ऐसे जाता था, मैंने वहाँ पर रोकने के लिए और समझाने के लिए गए थे तो मेरा साथ वहाँ पर भी मुझे मार के लोहन कर दिया था। लेकिन मैंने पीछे नहीं हटे और मैं आगे ही बढ़ रही हूँ और जंगल बचाने के लिए मैं आगे ही बढ़ते रहूँगी, कुछ भी हो जाए। और मैं किसी से डरती नहीं हूँ, या राजनेता से या माफिया से। जंगल के लिए मुझे कुछ भी करे, लेकिन मुझे जंगल बचाना बहुत जरूरी है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Jamuna ji. Our next recipient of the evening is Dr. Anil Prakash Joshi, who was awarded with the prestigious Padma Bhushan in 2020 for his remarkable social work in Uttarakhand. He is one of the most committed green activists who has been monumental in leading rural development, community empowerment, and environmental conservation in Uttarakhand. Let's take a look.
Dr. Anil Prakash Joshi. Born in the village of Kotdwar in Uttarakhand on 6th April 1955, Dr. Anil Prakash Joshi, holder of MSc in Botany and PhD in Environmental Science, quit his comfortable job as a reader in government postgraduate college and plunged into research and development work. He founded the Himalayan Environmental Studies and Conservation Organization, a non-governmental organization. Under its aegis, Dr. Joshi has promoted research and development of new environment-friendly technologies for the agricultural sector. Supported by a team of 30 people, the group is known to have been involved in the dissemination of knowledge on eco-friendly techniques and technologies. He has worked extensively with the rural communities of Uttarakhand for their upliftment and the protection of the environment. To spread awareness on the need to conserve and protect planet Earth, Dr. Anil Joshi has initiated a series on YouTube named Earth A, a mini-series promo on environment and ecology then and now, which is expected to be released shortly. He has been researching the biodiversity of the Himalayan region for a long time and helped spread awareness about the protection of biodiversity of the region on national as well as international platforms. Dr. Anil Joshi has been particularly regarded for his contribution to making villagers aware of the importance of environmental conservation. He has also been educating farmers of Uttarakhand about the use of biogas to minimize the dependence on wood for cooking. Besides being an Ashoka Fellow, the Government of India awarded him the Padma Shri in 2006 before the Padma Bhushan in 2020 for promoting environmental concerns in Uttarakhand. Dr. Anil Prakash Joshi is indeed a shining star in the constellation of conservationists, both now and for posterity.
मुझे लगता है कि इस तरह के सम्मान सबके होते हैं और आज जो ये सम्मान मुझे मिला मदर टेरेसा मेमोरियल, इसको मैं इस रूप में मानूंगा कि मैं पृथ्वी को मानता हूँ और पृथ्वी माँ है। मदर टेरेसा, अगर उनको ये नाम और सम्मान दुनिया भर ने दिया तो इसी बात के लिए दिया, शायद उन्होंने उनके लिए काम किया जो वंचित थे, वांछित थे, अंडर प्रिविलेज थे। और शायद मुझे लगता है कि आज जो आप सब लोगों ने मुझे सम्मान दिया है, ये मेरा भी सम्मान है और उन सब का भी जिनके साथ मैं जुड़ करके काम कर रहा हूँ। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं समझता हूँ कि आज दुनिया में एक इकोलॉजिकल इनसिक्योरिटी है। एक बार जब इकोनॉमिक इनसिक्योरिटी थी तो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन आया था, रोजगार दिए जाने थे, उद्योग खड़े किए जाने थे, लेकिन आज जो कुछ भी हालात हमारे बीच में है वो इकोलॉजिकल इनसिक्योरिटी की तरफ हमको ले जा चुके हैं। दिल्ली की हवा बिगड़ गई, नदियां गायब हो गई, जंगल अब दिखते नहीं, तो शायद ये एक बहुत बड़ा संकेत है। और किसी भी तरह से आज तमाम तरह की नई बीमारियां, नए तूफान यही जता रहे हैं कि प्रकृति हमसे दूर जा रही है। ऐसे में अगर जब इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन आया तो जीडीपी का जन्म हुआ। आज इकोलॉजिकल इनसिक्योरिटी है, हमें जीपी जैसे ग्रॉस एनवायरनमेंट प्रोडक्ट, 4 पिलर जो हमारे हवा, मिट्टी, जंगल, पानी है, वो हर साल हम उनके लिए क्या कर पाते हैं, कितना जोड़ पाते हैं, वो जीपी होंगे। और इसके लिए उत्तराखंड पहला राज्य बना है जो इसकी शुरुआत कर रहा है। मुझे लगता है ये देश और दुनिया के लिए एक बड़ा सूचक होगा। और ग्लासगो में बैठे कर हम दुनिया की हवा ठीक नहीं कर सकते, अपने घरों को बेहतर करना है, पहले अपने शहर को, अपने गांव को, और उसके सूचक के रूप में सकल पर्यावरण उत्पाद ग्रॉस एनवायरनमेंट प्रोडक्ट एक सूचक हो सकता है। ये शुरुआत इसी देश से होनी चाहिए। यहाँ हवा, मिट्टी, जंगल, पानी को पूजा जाता है।
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Our next recipient this evening is Mr. Subhajit Mukherjee, the brand ambassador of Maji Vasundhara Abhiyan and founder of Mission Green Mumbai. He also started a remarkable reforestation initiative here in Adeya Colony in Mumbai called Tree Sena and has carried forth relentless efforts of working as a Jal Rakshak by initiating rainwater harvesting inventions. Let's take a look.
Mr. Subhajit Mukherjee. Hailed as the Green Man of Mumbai, he has done exemplary work of planting over 60,000 trees in the city of Mumbai. Leaving his lucrative HR career behind, he embraced the conservation of greenery, which was the need of the hour for a concrete jungle like Mumbai. As a founder of Mission Green Mumbai, Subhajit Mukherjee inspires citizens to produce their oxygen by planting a sapling. Besides working towards the protection of trees, the plantation of native trees, Subhajit is involved in citizens' engagement programs. In the last 10 years, 100,000 trees have been planted and adopted by citizens across the MMR region. He has also been associated with initiatives like Project Green Schools, Farmers' Livelihood Project, Mini Urban Forest Creation, and Each One Plant One. Considering his passion and innovation towards trees and water conservation, he has been honored with the titles Jal Rakshak and Water Hero. Subhajit has been recognized by BMC as Water Hero of Mumbai for educating more than 16,000 students on rainwater harvesting techniques and innovation. Another feather in his cap is his association with Maji Vasundhara Abhiyan, a Government of Maharashtra initiative. As its brand ambassador, he is engaging the public to join the citizens' movement to conserve the environment. Under this Abhiyan, 24 lakh trees across Maharashtra have been planted in 1 year under the dynamic leadership of Environment Minister Shri Adeya Joshi. His simplicity and dedication towards the cause of planet Earth are commendable and have been applauded by the Prime Minister.
Hi, this is Subhajit here. I am extremely grateful to Harmony Foundation for bringing people together who are working in mitigating the effects of climate change. Today, this recognition is not just a recognition for me, but for every individual who is working hard on ground, delivering the challenges and trying to bring harmony to the nature. Thank you again. I hope to work together, and it is a difficult path, but yes, your and everyone's support is very much needed. Thank you again, and let's keep up the good work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee. Our next recipient for the award this evening is Mr. Vidyut Mohan, who won Prince William's inaugural Earthshot Prize for his social enterprise Takachar this year. He's not only made our nation proud with his illustrious endeavors as a young entrepreneur, but has also inspired us to protect, preserve, and restore the environment. Join me and let's take a closer look into the inspiring work of this young trailblazer.
Vidyut Mohan. A cost-effective technology innovation that creates fuel from agricultural waste, preventing stubble burning and the resultant air pollution. All of this made in India. And the innovator, Vidyut Mohan, bagged the inaugural edition of the Earthshot Prize, dubbed as the Eco Oscars. The 29-year-old Indian entrepreneur was among the 7 winners of the prestigious Young Champions of the Earth 2020 prize given by the UN Environment Agency to global change makers using innovative ideas and ambitious action to help solve some of the world's most pressing environmental challenges. Vidyut Mohan, a mechanical engineer by profession, is the co-founder of Takachar, a social enterprise enabling farmers to prevent the open burning of their waste farm residues and earn extra income by converting them into value-added chemicals like activated carbon on-site. Mohan states emphatically that his mission is to drastically scale up the utilization of agricultural waste to fight climate change and reduce air pollution. Takachar, founded by Vidyut Mohan, is on a definite mission to fight climate change by transforming massive amounts of waste biomass into marketable products while reducing air pollution. Vidyut Mohan's pioneering innovation is indeed a game changer for India's air pollution, whose far-reaching effects will be felt globally.
Peace, harmony and social justice. These are the ideals that the Harmony Foundation and the Mother Teresa Award, Memorial Award for Social Justice stand for. And I want to really thank Harmony Foundation for including environmental sustainability as a theme, because environmental degradation and climate change create inequities that ultimately are, lead to social injustice, and they affect the underserved and the poor the most. So, for example, air pollution. I might get away with an air purifier at my home, but people living on the street get affected by that the most. And similarly, by climate change, floods, unseasonal weather patterns displace people who are underserved and don't have the luxuries that some of us have. So I'm really glad that the foundation has taken up environmental sustainability as a theme and have recognized how environmental protection can also lead to social equity. And I would, of course, definitely this award means a lot to me, but it means a lot to the mission that our organization stands for and what we're hoping to achieve. And what I hope through this award is that we're able to attract a lot more people to join us in this mission to prevent air pollution and fight climate change. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidyut. Ladies and gentlemen, while the aforementioned environmental experts with their prolific vision to save our planet are immensely inspiring, I'm delighted to introduce you all to the youngest achievers of this prestigious award. These young change makers stand shoulder to shoulder with the world's leading decision makers and are testament to the fact that you are never too young to change the world. In light of that, let me introduce you to our next awardee for the evening, Miss Vinisha Umashankar, the winner of the prestigious Children's Climate Prize 2020, finalist for the Earthshot Prize 2021, but more importantly, a fierce, young and inspirational leader.
Vinisha Umashankar. As a child, Vinisha Umashankar, a class 10 pupil, used to walk with her mother and a bag full of washed and dried clothes to get them ironed from a couple who ran a mobile ironing cart on her street in Tiruvannamalai town in northern Tamil Nadu. She saw how her clothes were ironed with charcoal-filled cast iron boxes by the couple, sweating as they worked in the heat. Vinisha returned, not just with her iron clothes, but with an intent to make their lives better and the world around her cleaner. Producing and burning charcoal emits particulate matter that pollutes the air and releases greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, which contributes to climate change. So Vinisha came up with an idea. Instead of using charcoal to heat the iron box, the vendors could use a resource abundantly available in India: solar energy. Over the span of 6 months in 2019, when she was just 12 years old, Vinisha designed a cart that had solar panels to power a steam iron. Attached to a bicycle to allow the vendors to move through the neighborhood to collect clothes to press, the cart is also fitted with a cell phone charging point where people can pay to recharge their phones to supplement the vendors' earnings. Miss Umashankar and her solar-powered ironing cart are now getting global recognition. At COP26, the United Nations Climate Change Summit in Glasgow, Scotland, Vinisha got a standing ovation after she gave a powerful 5-minute speech in which she urged world leaders to stop talking and start acting. In the year 2020, Umashankar won the Children's Climate Prize, a Swedish award for young innovators. Vinisha was also the recipient of the Earth Day Network Rising Star in 2021, awarded by the Earth Day Network in the US. Her journey upwards is anything but inspiring, as anchored in her unforgettable words: "We need actions rather than promises to live in a habitable world." It is immensely inspiring to see how the young generation are taking responsibility to combat the threats of our environment.
I'm Vinisha Umashankar, the 15-year-old innovator of the solar ironing cart, and today I've been awarded with the Harmony Foundation's Mother Teresa Memorial Awards of 2021. And I really am grateful and so honored to be part of this award, because there have been so many notable awardees in the past as well, and I am truly excited and honored to be amongst such notable awardees. And I really thank the Harmony Foundation for selecting me as one of the awardees. I feel really accomplished, and I really thank this form of recognition for my work as a form of social justice. And I will definitely work harder in the future to make our world a better place.
Thank you, Vinisha. Ladies and gentlemen, our next young achiever is being awarded for her outstanding work for environmental conservation. Adeya Joshi won the Children's Climate Prize 2020 for the Right Green Project, a remarkable environmental initiative that aims to spread awareness on the declining native plants and ecosystems. Let's have a closer look at Adeya's extraordinary work.
Adeya Joshi. The Earth Day Network is a preeminent global network that brings awareness to environmental issues and coordinates Earth Day activities across the world. As part of their 50-year celebration, on April 22, 2020, the Earth Day Network, headquartered in Washington, D.C., showcased 50 voices of environmental youth leaders from Asia. One of those voices belonged to a high school student from Mumbai, Adeya Joshi, founder of the Right Green. For the last 2 years, this 17-year-old has been working tirelessly to catalogue the native trees of India and their feeding relationships with local insects. With assistance from the University of Delaware, Professor Dr. Douglas Tallamy, Adeya has created a database of 2,000 native plants and over 15,000 plant-insect feeding relationships for the Indian subcontinent. Using this, she's preparing a list of plants that support the most biodiversity for important cities in the different ecoregions of India. Adeya Joshi regularly conducts workshops for school children, adults, corporates, and municipal authorities on ways to restore biodiversity by planting the right native trees. According to Ms. Joshi, protecting food sources and preserving native species go hand in hand with fighting climate change. Planting the right trees is part of the solution. Her initiative to restore urban biodiversity made her become the voice for the environment on Earth Day, celebrated on April 22, 2020. A freshman at Stanford University, Adeya Joshi has received numerous awards, notably the Children's Climate Prize, North American Association of Environmental Education Global Under 30 Award, Earth Day Network Youth Ambassador, and Pollination Project Grant Award. Youth like her is a ray of hope and encouragement in a world working towards environmental sustainability.
Hi, my name is Adeya Joshi, and I am so thankful and grateful to the Harmony Foundation for giving me this award and giving me the recognition to allow me to continue to do my work, not just for the foundation for the Right Green, but also for all the school children and adults and all the trees, the native trees of our country, and bringing their voices forward as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adeya. Our final Young Achiever Award for this evening goes to none other than Ridhima Pandey, whose energetic spirit as a young girl has galvanized national participation to halt climate change. This young powerhouse has not only taken India, but the world by storm. Let's take a closer look.
Ridhima Pandey. 13-year-old Uttarakhand-based climate activist Ridhima Pandey has featured in the BBC's list of 100 inspiring and influential women from around the world for 2020. Ridhima Pandey, referred to by some as India's Greta Thunberg, is a climate activist who at the age of 9 filed a petition against the government of India in response to its inaction to mitigate climate change. In 2019, along with 15 other child petitioners, Ridhima filed a lawsuit against 5 countries at the United Nations. Ridhima has been participating in international conferences and helping to empower other upcoming youngsters at all levels to fight for the biodiversity of the world, endangered by climate change. Ridhima has joined Greta Thunberg in 2019 and 14 other children at the United Nations Climate Action Summit to file a complaint to protest the lack of government action on the climate change crisis. Her climate activist's efforts began in 2013 when her father, Vinisha Pandey, also an activist, became the victim of Uttarakhand's floods that claimed hundreds of lives and left thousands homeless. Born in Haridwar to wildlife conservationists, Ridhima grew up with the dialogue of activism, evolving into a passionate, knowledgeable communicator for the well-being of the planet Earth. A role model for children everywhere, Ridhima is frequently invited as a speaker for youth at various events. She was invited as a youth ambassador at the Global Sustainability Film Awards held by Difficult Dialogues, an international forum that discusses pressing world issues. The ultimate and eventual goal of Ridhima Pandey is to make children and youth aware of environmental concerns across the world. We are immensely proud of her and her remarkable endeavors to address and mitigate the issues of the environment.
For me as well, this award means a lot because, being an activist, I've been working for a long time, and this award kind of is not just for me but for all the other activists all around. It is kind of an appreciation, but more than it's an kind of a statement that people do stand with us, and we all know that environmental conservation is the hour, it's the need of an hour. And by this award, it just motivates us to be an activist and to carry on the work, because at the very end I believe that kids are the one most impacted today, and they are going to be the most impacted in the future as well. So, I mean, this award motivates me to keep fighting for my life and specifically to create an ideal world where I can live, where I don't have to have these nightmares that, you know, I might die of a natural disaster someday, or I have to wear an oxygen cylinder on, you know, on my back because of air pollution. So, yeah, it motivates me to create an ideal world where me and my generation can survive and thrive.
Thank you, Ridhima. Ladies and gentlemen, while these exceptional individuals, youth, organizations have made the world proud with their phenomenal vision and pledge to save the environment, we must also look to honor those unique countries and heads of state who are an outstanding example of the inspiring work in environmentalism. I am immensely proud to announce our final award for the evening, which goes to the government of Denmark, the nation that lives in harmony with nature, and their esteemed leader of the nation, Honorable Prime Minister of Denmark, Her Excellency Mette Frederiksen. Let's take a closer look into the exceptional endeavors of Denmark and its government towards preserving and safeguarding the planet.
Though a small country in terms of geographical vastness, Denmark is committed to becoming a frontrunner in all things green. Over the past 4 decades, Denmark has developed a cutting-edge wind industry, which is now as competitive as that generated by fossil fuels. Thanks to innovative technologies, smart regulation, and financial support from the government, more than 50% of Denmark's electrical grid is powered by wind and solar energy. Denmark's green edge has a 50-year strong foundation. Since the 1973 oil crisis, Danish research and innovation have led the charge in the global clean energy transition, a tradition it proudly carries on to this day. Denmark today has more jobs in renewable energy than in fossil fuels, and companies from all industries are transitioning to a greener future through bold innovation. The Danish port of Esbjerg, once a major oil and gas hub, is now among the world's leading hubs for offshore wind. Denmark's commitment to a socially fair transition is reflected in its leadership of the International Energy Agency's new Global Commission on People-Centered Clean Energy Transitions. Denmark cooperates bilaterally on the green energy transition with 16 countries across Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America that together produce more than 60% of global carbon dioxide emissions. Through policy dialogue, technical assistance, and peer-to-peer learning across the energy value chain, Denmark aims to share her experiences in leading a green energy transition with others. The current government of Denmark, under the premiership of Ms. Mette Frederiksen, has raised the country's climate change targets by placing the green transition at the center of its policy. As a teenager, she campaigned to preserve rainforests and protect whales. Ms. Frederiksen's government has pledged to introduce binding decarbonization goals to reduce emissions by 70%. In making this pledge, Ms. Frederiksen emphatically stated that the world and Denmark are in a climate crisis, and that limiting global temperature rise is not just the right thing to do, but also the most economical, responsible one. Denmark is showing the world that you can have a decarbonized economy that is wealthy and provides its people with a high quality of life, says Dan Jorgensen, Denmark's Minister of Climate, Energy and Utilities. The world is proud of Denmark and Her Excellency Mette Frederiksen's astounding endeavors in environmental sustainability and in inspiring the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Abraham Mathai. Mother Teresa was an inspiration for people all over the world. She showed the world what compassion and dedication looks like. I'm both humbled and extremely honored to receive this reward, which celebrates her legacy. Thank you to the Harmony Foundation for choosing sustainability as this year's focus. Creating a green and sustainable future is without a doubt the biggest challenge of our time. As you wrote, our children and the future generation are at risk. Millions of people around the world already feel the effects of climate change. Extreme weather events, forest fires, heat waves. This will only get worse if we do not act. At COP26, we made important progress on climate change, but we have to do more and to do it faster, to make tomorrow better than today, to create a future with clean air, better lives, green jobs, and sustainable growth. Denmark and India form a unique green partnership. As Prime Minister Modi has said, Denmark has the skills, India has the scale. I'm pleased Denmark can join India on its journey towards green transition. We already cooperate closely on energy. Now we are expanding to other areas: environment, water management, urban planning. The green transition can bring great change. We can provide a better, greener and more just future for our children with partnerships, skills and bold decisions. I hope that we can inspire the rest of the world to follow. To use the words of Mother Teresa, together we can do great things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring words of wisdom on the importance of safeguarding our planet. On behalf of the Harmony Foundation, I would like to salute you for your valuable and monumental endeavors in promoting environmental sustainability. Denmark and your leadership is a distinguished and notable example for the world to live in harmony with nature. And we are highly honored to have you as one of our prominent awardees of Mother Teresa Memorial Awards 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this evening. I don't know about you, but I'm leaving feeling inspired. In these unprecedented times, we hope that these stories serve as beacons of hope, as a testament to the fact that sustainable solutions to tackle the environment crisis not only exist, can be replicated and quickly scaled up. If you take one thing from tonight, I hope it's this: that environmental sustainability is really and truly the need of the hour, and the power to change lies with you. In closing, on behalf of the Harmony Foundation, I would like to extend our heartiest thanks to you for taking out time to be with us today. Until we meet again, remember, our planet's alarm is going off, and it's time to wake up and take action.